Hello, hello, hello. Let's go. We are live. We are live. आ जाओ भाई आ जाओ. आज फिर से एक रैंडम कंट्री एक्सप्लोर करते हैं एंड लेट्स हैव फन. लेट्स हैव फन. मजा आएगा भाई. आज मजा आएगा. बहुत मजा आएगा. आज आई एम वेरी एक्साइटेड ऑन विच कंट्री वी शुड चूज क्योंकि इससे पहले हमने हॉन्डुरस लिया था. लैटिन अमेरिका पेनिनसुला रीजन. बहुत मजा आया था उसके अंदर. आज देखते हैं क्या पिकअप होता है. आ जाओ. आ जाओ. आज सर लेटेंसी थोड़ी कम है तो आप जैसे ही चैट भेजेंगे हमें पता चल जाएगा. और तो कम्युनिकेशन थोड़ा अच्छे से होगा. यस. लेट्स गो. और इससे पहले गेम्स और वो सब खेला तो भी ऐसा हो रहा था कि मेरा गेम खत्म हो गया उसके बाद आंसर आ रहा था. तो यार दैट वाज अ प्रॉब्लम बट आज ये प्रॉब्लम है बिकॉज इट विल बी टोटली लो लेटेंसी. जैसे ही मैं बोल रहा हूँ वैसे ही उसी टाइप का आपको सुनाई देगा. आप जैसे ही चैट भेजेंगे हमें पता चल जाएगा. है ना. आ जाइए आराम से. जैसे आप चैट में आ जाए प्लीज एक बार एक मैसेज ड्रॉप कर दीजिए ताकि हमें पता चल जाए कि आप लोग आ चुके हैं ताकि हम शुरू कर सके. लेट्स गो बॉयज. लेट्स गो. लेट्स गो. आ जाओ भाई आ जाओ. मैंने लिंक तो सब जगह शेयर कर दिया है. इफ यू गाइज आर हियर जस्ट ड्रॉप अ मैसेज सो दैट आई नो. आ जाइए जल्दी. चलिए मजा आएगा आज. व्हाट्सएप पे चला गया है मैसेज. ग्रुप्स में. ओके डन डन डन. लेट्स गो. माहौल बढ़िया है वो. बहुत बढ़िया. लेट्स गो. I'll just turn on the reaction screen and I'll go to Google Earth. मैसे Google Earth. क्या मस्त है भाई. Earth की beauty. जब जैसे ही आप लोग आ जाइए प्लीज एक बार मैसेज डाल दीजिएगा ताकि हमें पता चल जाए कि आप लोग यहाँ पे है. बाकी विल स्टार्ट सून. विल गेस अ रैंडम कंट्री एंड देन इस पे एक्चुअली फीचर होना चाहिए नहीं. रैंडम कंट्री ऐसा ही लोग को देना चाहिए. लाइक पिक अ रैंडम कंट्री ऐसा कुछ. बट हाँ देर आर मल्टीपल सॉफ्टवेयर बाहर जहाँ से कि अपन अगर हम कर लेंगे तो हो सकता है. हेलो मनवानी जी. हाउ आर यू ब्रदर. पूरा बदल चुका है इसलिए आधा टेढ़ा लगा. इतना कंफ्यूजिंग तो कभी नहीं हुआ. हेलो. कौन सा कॉन्टिनेंट आज चुना जाए. कॉन्टिनेंट बता दो भाई एक बार. शुड वी चूज अफ्रीका. शुड वी चूज यूरोप एशिया. ऑस्ट्रेलिया वाला पार्ट भी कर सकते. ये ऑस्ट्रेलिया इंडोनेशिया वाला पार्ट इज समथिंग दैट आई एम नॉट वेरी मच अवेयर ऑफ. यहाँ पे मतलब अच्छा है. मतलब इट्स गुड स्टफ. यूरोप. यूरोप देखना है क्या आज. हवाई. यूरोप देख सकते हैं वैसे. यूरोप इज अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग टू स्टडी क्योंकि इसका जियोपॉलिटिक्स सबसे अच्छा है. यहाँ पे ये इसका एनिमी हो सकता है. ये उसका एनिमी हो सकता है. इसका एनिमी कुछ भी हो सकता है. और ये सबका एनिमी पुराना हो सकता है लेकिन अब सबका दोस्त हो सकता है. बहुत सारी चीजें. बट हाँ वी शुड ऑलवेज एक्सप्लोर स्मॉल कंट्रीज बिकॉज दैट इज वेयर द क्रीम लाइज. बेल्जियम है. स्विस. ऑस्ट्रेलिया. इटली. इटली छोटा कंट्री तरीके से तो पूरे. क्रोएशिया छोटा कंट्री कह सकते हैं. अच्छा बाय द वे दिस टेरिटरी दैट यू सी हियर. दिस वाज इट राइट. या कोर्सिका. कॉर्से तो कॉर्से बोलते हैं कि तो यहाँ से आए थे अपने वो नेपोलियन भाई साहब. इट्स वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग टेरिटरी इन जनरल. अब तो शायद वो इसका पार्ट है ना. फ्रांस का पार्ट. बट आई गेस वो उधर से नहीं थे. फ्रांस और उसके बीच में थे. बट हाँ, फिर क्या हुआ था, नेपोलियन भाई साहब को जब एलिमिनेट किया गया तो उन्हें शायद यहीं यहाँ पे कहीं पे भेज दिया था। कोबा वारदे, नहीं कोबा वारदे नहीं होगा शायद ये तो थोड़ा डेवलप लग रहा है, बट उससे भी खराब जगह पे भेज दिया गया था। तो या बहुत ही बुरी मौत गया था नेपोलियन। सैड लाइफ। ए व्हाट, आई नेवर एक्सप्लोर्ड दिस वन, बाय द वे। ब्रिटिश ओशियन, इंडियन ओशियन टेरिटरी, we, any one of us have never explored this part. नॉट इवन श्योर कोई लैंड है यहाँ पे, है ये क्या है भाई। ये सारे का क्या होता है पता है ब्रो, मतलब जब कोई कैप्चर हो जाता है ना, तब उसके बाद जाके दे विल क्लेम देयर टेरिटरी देयर, बाकी तो तब तक तो किसी को कोई इंटरेस्ट ही नहीं होता इन सारी चीज़ें। अब इन सारे में से कुछ निकलेगा भी नहीं जनरल, तो दैट इज व्हाई दे हैव कंप्लीटली लॉस्ट देयर इंटरेस्ट। बट हाँ, थोड़ा बहुत एस्टैब्लिशमेंट तो है, बहुत कम है, बहुत कम है। या इस पे तो नहीं हो सकता है, क्या बात कर रहे हो, रोड वोड है क्या यहाँ पे। गूगल मैप्स, गूगल मैप से रोड और वो सब अच्छे से दिखते हैं, बट या इट इज अ बिट। तो अच्छा, ये तो नहीं है क्या, फ्रेंच का भी कॉलोनी है इधर। अरे बाप रे, यही है ना। नो फोटो और व्हाट। नहीं है भाई, एयरपोर्ट भी है वैसे तो। दिस इज नॉट इट मैन, क्या बात कर रहे हो। अच्छा है वैसे, काफी चीजें हैं, मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि एकदम ही नहीं है। इंटरेस्टिंग, वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग। ब्रिटिश इंडियन ओशन टेरिटरी। वो कैफे वैफे भाई, ये क्या बात कर, क्या बात कर रहे हो भाई, वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग। ओके, दैट्स बैड। मलेशिया कुछ ज्यादा ही नहीं दिख रहा इधर, है। स्कूल वूल भी है देखो भाई। अरे रे, नॉइस, सब मलेशियन ही है भाई। वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग, ओके, मलेशियन पेनिट्रेशन ज्यादा दिख रहा है इस साइड। इंटरेस्टिंग, वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग, लाइक इट, आई लाइक इट। यहाँ पे पॉइंट वॉइंट बना दिया है तो, या समवॉट ऑफ। अच्छा, वो मालदीवियन इन्फ्लुएंस हो सकता है, या दैट इज मच ऑफ अ पॉसिबिलिटी। हम्म, but yeah, let's explore something this side today. I have not explored Philippines ka history, which is something very much I am interested in. Vietnam is a very good history, which is something worth studying. ताइवान हम लोगों को थोड़ा बहुत पता है, इंडोनेशिया इज अ बिग कंट्री टू एक्सप्लोर इन। बट यहाँ पे जो है ना, ये वाला कंट्री, यहाँ पे भी बहुत सारी चीजें हुई है। तो इफ यू वॉच अ मूवी कॉल्ड सर्जियो, सर्जियो है ना, हाँ, आना de Armas का मूवी है। एंड द गाय हु प्लेज सर्जियो इज आल्सो द गाय हु उसमें था ना, कौन सा, ड्रग माफिया के ऊपर जो मूवी बना था ना, सीरीज बना था ना, उसमें जो एक्टर है, उसने इसमें भी रोल किया हुआ है। Yeah, that is a very interesting place to observe. बाकी इस साइड पापा न्यू गिनी कर सकते हैं, पापा न्यू गिनी or something, सोलोमन आइलैंड्स, ये सब तो कभी देखा ही नहीं भाई। फिजी है, फिजी तो भाई ओ बाप रे, कुक आइलैंड्स, फ्रेंच पेनिनसुला, माय गॉड, सो मेनी थिंग्स टू। फिजी वैसे है किसका? फिजी इंडिपेंडेंट कंट्री है क्या? फिजी, ओके हाँ, फिजी इज अ कंट्री, नाइस। सोलोमन आइलैंड्स भी कंट्री होगा, ये पापा न्यू गिनी, और इसका बंटवारा बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग लगता है मेरे को। हाँ, ये तिमोर में भी कुछ क्रेजी सीन हुआ था जहाँ तक मेरे को याद है, बट या, विच कंट्री इज दिस? वेस्ट पापुआ, तो ये कौन सा है? ये पापुआ है, ये पापा न्यू गिनी है। हम्म, तो पापुआ एज अ होल की हिस्ट्री आज कर सकते हैं ना, पापुआ तीनों कंट्री की हिस्ट्री आज कर सकते हैं। लेट्स सी व्हाट पापुआ इज अबाउट। Let's see Papua.
In my opinion, Papua New Guinea is one of the most interesting countries in the world.
It is
Do you
this guy
believe dinosaurs exist? Well, if you want to try and find one, Papua New Guinea is probably your best bet.
Oh,
It's time to learn.
oh, okay. Let's see. Let's do Papua New Guinea today. मजा आएगा आज, है ना? Interesting country लग रहा है मेरे को, मतलब in terms of, see, look at the culture, man. Like, you guys can see the whole screen and everything, right? I might be moving fast, but yeah, let me know. Yes, official language देखना होगा पापुआ न्यू गिनी का। Okay, तो zero to 2 languages. तो था इंग्लिश तो तोक, तोक था, तोक पिसीन, तोक पिसीन। गूगल ट्रांसलेट में भी नहीं है क्या भाई? तोक, this might be very interesting language, man. I mean, the one which is not present in Google Translate only. गिरी, गिरी भी नहीं है। ओ बाप रे बाप, ये तो क्या ही भाई, क्रेजी। पापा न्यू गिनी ऑफिशियल नेम, the state, the independent state of Papua New Guinea. Okay, is a country in, okay. अच्छा, ओ पापुआ न्यू गिनी, ओके, गॉड समझ गया कहाँ से आ रहा है। So Papua New Guinea is a very unique type of a thing of this. It's not something we pronounce stuff as. I would love to know the meaning of the word. But yeah, that's what it looks like. Name, meaning. Let's see क्या है. The island is known as various names. The name Papua New Guinea is referred to as part of island which is connected with the west. Its etymology is unclear. One theory says that it diverted from Tidoro, the language used by Sultanate of Tidore. Okay.
Geography. Now! Hey everyone, I'm your host Barbs. Welcome to the land of secrets and mysteries. Much of Papua New Guinea still remains undiscovered and shrouded in colorful enigma. Everything from the people to the reported sightings of strange unknown creatures resembling dinosaurs, this place gets very fascinating very quick. And we will jump into it very quick, like right now, to the globe. Papua New Guinea is like the bridge between Asia and the Pacific. Everything that moved east at some point usually passed through here. First of all, the country is located in Oceania, just about 100 miles or 160 kilometers.
Okay. 2-3 good informations, ठीक है. Let's write it all down. अपन ऐसे ही points out लिखते हैं, क्योंकि हर एक research के पहले you guys should write points like this so that you have a basic overview कि आपने जो जो सीखा है उसमें से कुछ miss ना हो. And after that you convert each point into paragraph for you to have as a reference when you are going to any particular stuff, or even if you are filing all the stuff down. ठीक है. So this is how I personally do it, that I file it all like this, and yeah, that is it. Official language. तो क्या था भाई? तो piscine and Hirimoto to piscine. Hiri, अरे यार. Okay. Sightings of dinosaurs. Sightings of dinosaurs भी मिल जाते हैं कहीं ना कहीं, और क्या है, ओशियाना रीजन में है ना. ओशियाना रीजन स्ट्रेटेजिक ट्रेड स्टॉप बोल देते हैं, है ना. ट्रांजिट होना चाहिए वैसे तो, बट फॉर नाउ लेट्स कीप इट स्टॉप.
Kilometers above Australia's Cape York Peninsula. However, keep in mind these small islands just off the coast of Papua New Guinea actually belong to Australia as part of the Torres Strait island chain, meaning that at its narrowest, Papua New Guinea is only about 4 kilometers away from Australia. It is part of the largest nation in the oceanic subregion known as Melanesia. The island is on a larger island called New Guinea, shared by the Papua and West Papua regions of Indonesia, which make up the second largest island in the world after Greenland.
There was Indonesia. Their border with Indonesia and 4 kilometers from Australian Islands. Interesting, है ना? Dinosaur cow, I'm very much interested. Like, I've not heard any continent having proofs of dinosaur attack.
Greenland. The border is actually not a
अरे
straight
हो
line.
क्या सकता है पता है, मतलब in general, since this is my prediction with this, I guess when you look at the maps, so if you see जो गिरे थे, although मतलब impact तो हुआ ही होगा, but जो गिरे थे वो साले, वो they were here, the meteors and everything. And if you see the impact of this to reach here, it's actually not that good, but होना तो चाहिए. अगर यहाँ से एशिया तक उसका impact हो सकता है, होना चाहिए. But I don't think तब तक एशिया होना चाहिए, because यहाँ से इंडिया यहाँ से आया. So maybe because of that, but I feel तब तो चाइना पे भी नहीं होना चाहिए. But yeah, actually China is way closer if you see compared to, no, it is on a similar net. तो फिर अगर यहाँ पे मिल रहा है तुम्हें proof, तो at this scale you need to have some proof in, like, say for example Eastern China also, Japan, Eastern China पे भी होना चाहिए. But yeah, let's see, maybe some meteor didn't reach there. Let's see, देखते हैं क्या scene है.
Though, if you look closely, there is a slight indentation to the west at the Fly River. This was actually created in 1893 to allow better policing of the area by the British back when it was a colony. The country has somewhere over 600.
अरे यार, सब जगह ब्रिटिश कॉलोनी, सब जगह भाई, सब जगह ब्रिटिश कॉलोनी. गजब है यार इन लोग का, सब जगह पहुंच. But yeah, this is what I think we should also learn from this people. I mean, the way they reach the corners of the colonies just to colonize people. I mean, it's pretty amazing. I love it. British colony, a slight bump on west border for better management, quote unquote. मतलब समझ रहे हो आप क्या सीन चल रहा होगा उधर. मतलब they must be trying some
600 islands, the largest one being called New Britain, which curves
Oh,
into New Ireland in the Bismarck archipelago. The country
600 island consisting of something called six. Okay, wait. 600 islands. Something called New Britain and क्या बोलते हैं न्यू ब्रिटेन एंड न्यू Ireland. Interesting. This is the Ireland which is more affordable than the
is divided into 22 provinces, the autonomous region of Bougainville, and the capital district for the capital, Port Moresby, located in the south.
Port Moresby is the capital, I guess. Capital Port Moresby. Interesting. बहुत अच्छी इंफॉर्मेशन मिल चुकी है हमें अब तक. Port Moresby is something that I love to explore as of right now. Let's see कहाँ है उधर. Port Moresby, I guess वहाँ गए थे ना अपने जनाब हमारे. Pretty small but like beautiful looking airport. I mean, very beautiful. Airports are generally beautiful, but because of the, it looks like something like a Kerala ka airport or something like that. Yeah, it's very similar to that. Beautiful. Nice. It's good. It's good. Now let me see what's inside the city. Okay, it's pretty big of a city, man. ये स्कूल तो छोटा है वैसे. इंटरनेशनल स्कूल. Okay, no, it's not that. Okay, no, it's bad. I'm still confused whether it is good or bad. But considering international school, it is pretty as far as I see it. Too confusing, but yeah, I guess not bad. This is what would be lovely to see. Oof, that gives that Wakanda vibe, man. Hi, subs, just like the Black Panther movie. Nice, it's too good. Love it. Who's this? Suburbs. Okay, that's a good suburb. I feel. Oh, it's very organized, very well planned. Look at this. Okay, see, bigger circle, dividing or like giving it into, I guess this will be in industrial area. This dividing into small circle. ये दो यहाँ पे सर्कल की शायद यहाँ पे आ गया देखो. ये दोनों कनेक्ट होते इस सर्कल पे. यहाँ से वन मोर इंडस्ट्रियल एरिया कनेक्टिंग टू दिस सर्कल एंड ऑल ऑफ दिस टू मेन सर्कल के पास ही कॉलेज, आई गेस हॉस्पिटल भी होगा. हाँ, हॉस्पिटल भी है. सेकेंडरी स्कूल भी यहीं पे है एंड ऑल ऑफ द अदर स्टफ अराउंड. दिस इज वेरी वेल ऑर्गेनाइज्ड. दिस इज द एक्सपांडेड एरिया, आई गेस. हाँ, चर्च यहाँ पे दे दिया होगा एंड दिस इज वेयर द एंड. एंड यहाँ से जो भी बाहर जाता है दिस इज कॉल्ड आउटस्कर्ट्स. ये आ गया. ये लेक से पानी आता होगा. इलेक्ट्रिसिटी भी इसी साइड से कहीं से आता होगा. There is one more industrial area here developing. Okay, getting into another part. Okay, so they are supporting both of this by this single lake. Nice. One more industrial, I guess mines or something. Very well made, very well planned. और यहाँ से भी कुछ तो जाता होगा. ये क्या है? Port है. Okay, nice. So this is too good of a country. Like I would say the one of a very well managed capital as far as I can see, because fresh water, I guess river नहीं है, so they must have a terrain challenge, but यहाँ से कुछ तो आता होगा. I guess I can see green fields here. होना तो चाहिए रिवर, बाकी उसके बिना तो stuff. नहीं, it is just basic trace. I guess canal से support किया होगा or something like that. But yeah, they are generally, I don't think उनको पानी का इतना कमी रहता होगा because of the coastline being so big. And them generally being an island country. In a longer sense, मतलब capital sense में तो चलो वहां से feed up हो जाता होगा, but it's just a port country and that is how. But it's pretty expanded, so I feel अगर इससे ज्यादा expand हुआ ना यहाँ पे तो they might face a problem because एक यहीं पे head है. But I'm getting too much into it, I guess. But yeah, overall I feel बहुत बहुत सही प्लानिंग है. मैं थोड़ा लॉस्ट हो गया इस चीज में. हाँ, बट या मजा आया, बहुत मजा आया बाबा. टूरिस्ट प्लेस, आइलैंड्स, ये अच्छा दिखता होगा है ना? आई एम गेसिंग. वकांडा फॉरएवर, यस सर, यस आंसर. कैसा है भाई? I am not able to see this. I want to look at this. तो ये कोरल रीफ्स ही होंगे एज सिमिलर टू ऑस्ट्रेलिया, आई गेस. वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. चलो चलो अच्छी होगा.
Moresby, of course, holds the largest international airport, Jackson's International, and they also have the largest shipping port as well. Otherwise, the second largest city, Lae, of course, holds the second busiest airport.
Lae is a very small as far as I see it. कहाँ है Lae? Oh, oh. कहाँ है Lae? अच्छा यहाँ है Lae. Ooh. ट्रेन नहीं चाहिए मेरे को बाबा, सैटेलाइट चाहिए. सैटेलाइट दिख रही है, हाँ जी. Done it. Okay, not bad. Nice. Very well planned, man. Like, look at this. Industrial area so far, and I guess क्या है ये? रिवर. ओ भाई, फुल ड्राई रिवर. नो वे. ओ नो, इट्स शायद गंदा ब्रो. बट नो, दिस इज वेरी गुड. फ्यूचर वाइज ये बहुत ही सही. यहाँ पे भी थोड़ा डेवलपमेंट हो जाना चाहिए बिकॉज फ्यूचर इस स्टेट का ज्यादा अच्छा है बिकॉज दोनों साइड पे रिवर है. माय गॉड, व्हाट अ ब्यूटीफुल स्टफ. This is what you study when you study a country. You study the advantages of the country. Second, better future. लाई था ना नाम, क्या था? लाई था ना? लाई, या. टू रिवर्स. आई लाइक इट, आई लव इट. मजा आया. मस्ट विजिट कंट्री लग रहा है मेरे को अभी के लिए. बट प्रॉब्लम्स होंगे इस कंट्री के, बहुत प्रॉब्लम्स होने तो चाहिए. Why is the internet acting up? I hope not भाई, I hope not. नहीं, नहीं act up. लाइव स्ट्रीम तो चल रहा है वैसे, मतलब सब कुछ सही है. मतलब हो जाएगा. चलो लेट्स सी. ओके ओके, हो गया. लेट अस गेट बैक ऑन द रिएक्शन पार्ट.
Shrouded in
हो जाता है, कभी कभी हो जाता है. हो गया. चलो.
colorful and places and airstrips. However, much highway exist. In the south, you have the Hiritano Highway. In the center, you have the Highlands and Ramu highways. And in the north, you have the Northern Corridor. Roads also exist on the largest islands. However, much of the country, especially on the interior, is inaccessible and isolated from land transport. So to get to most of them, people fly to the many small airports and airstrips. About 80 of them
My
altogether.
God.
Interesting fact, the Rabaul Airport was actually destroyed by a volcano.
This is an advantage or maybe a disadvantage, but yeah, transport through air.
volcanic eruption. I mean, it was actually built at the foot of an active volcano, so I don't quite see how they could have missed it.
God. Airport over volcano area.
But okay. In any case, if you were paying attention, we said that Papua New Guinea actually has an autonomous province, Bougainville. This place is interesting because it kind of wants to
Autonomous province, जैसे हमारे पास कश्मीर था वैसे ही इसके अंदर भी autonomous province है. क्या बोलते हैं इसको? What was the name? Bougainville. Now this is something that not any debate competition people will know, and that is where you capitalize the maximum at. Like, my God, like this type of question is something that I do not see any delegate asking. But yeah, like capturing on
break
this
away.
is
For
master
one,
move.
geographically, it's classified as the northernmost part of the Solomon Island chain, even though it's not part of the Solomon Islands as a country. Second, well, the real controversy started
North of Solomon Island. Okay. North of Solomon Island chain.
in the 70s. It was like,
All right, you two, after decades of being trust territories, I'm giving you independence.
finally! I can't wait to start my own thing!
No, like, you two are the same thing.
Wait, what?
You're mine now.
No, I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna make my own country. I'm gonna call it the Republic of the North Solomons.
Nobody's gonna recognize you guys.
And then it was like,
Whoa, you have like a lot of gold and copper.
yes, I do.
Hey, I want that
My
gold
God.
and copper. And since you're in my country, I guess.
My
I
God.
can do
My God, look at this. We never knew this. We never knew this.
that.
But it's going to ruin my environment, and you aren't going to share the wealth.
Oh my God. Damn, this is
Eventually,
which 19,
and you aren't going to share the wealth.
1988 to 1999. My God. 1988 to 1990. Okay, 1988 to 1998.
Eventually, the war ended after 10 years, which led to a peace agreement facilitated by New Zealand, which led to autonomy and the promise of a referendum for independence in October.
Okay. New Zealand involvement. New Zealand, W country, I guess. New Zealand peace. New Zealand peace. It's a nice statement.
Of 2019. So shortly after this video is uploaded, it could be outdated.
Do you think like Bougainville will vote for independence?
Not my business to say, but recently New Caledonia voted to stick
Like,
Wait, what?
2019. So shortly after this video is uploaded, it could be a referendum for independence in October of 2019 by New Zealand, which led to autonomy and the promise of a referendum for independence in October of 2019. So shortly after this video is uploaded, it could be outdated.
do you think like Bougainville will vote for independence?
Not my business to say, but recently New Caledonia voted to stick with France, so who knows? The Pacific Island region is shrouded with mystery. Like the notable sites to see if you decide to visit, such as the National Museum and Art Gallery, Rabaul, the volcano capital of the country, with the destroyed ruins, the Lai War Cemetery, the Parliament House, the J.K. McCarthy Museum, the Kokoda Track, and you can check out all of these festivals in various locations. Now those are all
My
cool
God.
spots to check out, but the thing about Papua New Guinea is that the best thing to see is the unknown, the vast undiscovered interior that many people have not encroached upon. And it gets pretty intense. Like, what on earth is this, or this, or this? Find out in the next segment. Those are all
God. Unknown territory and what is it called? Various new animals and species. Just say species. I don't even know if They're
Birds,
animals.
the black bird of
Birds.
paradise, the western parotia, and the black sicklebill. Yeah, they have crazy birds here. We'll explain in a bit. But first, the land. Papua New Guinea sits right below the equator, which means on average they have a warm tropical climate situated between three seas: the Bismarck, the Solomon Sea, and the Coral Sea. These seas are beautiful, but hidden underneath is a complete tectonic mess. Papua New Guinea is part of the larger Ring of Fire and smashed right at the convergence of the Pacific and Australasian plates.
ओके पैसिफिक दो प्लेट के बीच में आता है एंड जस्ट फॉर पीपल टू नो जो दो प्लेट के बीच में कंट्री आते हैं उनके लग जाती है बिटवीन टू प्लेट्स लेट्स गो बिटवीन टू प्लेट्स ऑस्ट्रेलियन एंड पैसिफिक so yeah of course the territory
This
I guess that is why it is a bit more safe because maybe Papua New Guinea's original location would not be at the position where it was. And say, for example, when the plates happen, so they cross against each other. And as far as I know, Australian plate is below Pacific. So I guess there are multiple countries which are be traveling from that side. So Australia, even with Papua New Guinea, must be traveling. But I'm not sure why Australia does not see any dinosaur references or any remains, but Papua New Guinea does.
creates an underlying network of fissures, trenches, and fault lines that make the country incredibly susceptible to earthquakes and volcanic activity. The country has hundreds of volcanoes, 67 of which are listed as active today.
7 active volcanoes. My God. My God. I mean, this is too bad. 67 active volcanoes.
Today, New Britain alone hosting the most out of any other area of the country at 21. The most recent major eruption, however, occurred in 2018 on the island of Kadovar. The Ramu Markham fault line cuts right through the north part of the country, and this in return is part of what makes the Bismarck mountain chain the largest and longest in the country. Here you can find the tallest peak, Mount Wilhelm, which depending on which continent you place the country is the tallest peak of Oceania, and is one of the few places where you can find snow on a peak close to the equator. From these mountains flow the two longest rivers, the Sepik in the north, and the Fly River, which makes that weird border thing. Next to the Fly River is the largest lake, Lake Murray, which is basically an engorged tree-shaped estuary that locals have claimed has some kind of dinosaur-looking creature living by it, which is undocumented or proven. The country is about 70% forested.
Okay, wait, what? What the actual hell? I mean, seriously? Is that? I am so surprised right now, man. I'm so surprised. You're saying this territory has. I need to search about this. My God, like, imagine. W photo. Always there. Always. Oh my God, that's a big. For those of you who cannot see, I mean, okay, if you cannot see, if you cannot see. Oh my God. Look at this. Guys, look at this. I am sure. हाँ, कुछ तो है भाई. Like, oh my. Is there anyone in chat? Are you seeing this? Are you even seeing this? My God. Catfish है, by the way. It's not some weird creature. It's actually catfish, but it is that huge. Let me see if there is like more dinosaurs. Okay, this is not real, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, the Murray is this dinosaur specifically. Hey, let's go. More dino sighting in Papua New Guinea. Let's go.
and most of it is heavily concentrated in the west near the border. In addition to the forests of the Indonesian side, this makes the New Guinea rainforest the third largest in the world after the Amazon and the Congo. Generally, the country is divided into 4 geographic regions: the highlands, the islands, the Momase, and the southern region. Basically, the highlands are the mountains. They have a cooler climate with higher elevations. The Momase have lush, fertile valleys where much of the agriculture is done. The southern areas are flat, humid, and marshy, and the islands are tropical and islandy. Yeah, quite an interesting setup, right, Bob Saget? Yes, it is. Not only is Papua
I need to write the Romualda one fact, right? मतलब मैंने उस पे लिखा नहीं था, मेरे दिमाग में आ रहा है कि अगर कभी क्वेश्चन फॉर्म करने को हुआ तो डाल सकते हैं, मतलब समझ रहे हो? रोमाल्डा मेरे को डालना तो चाहिए वैसे तो। अच्छा इन लोगों को स्पेलिंग
heavily forested.
रोमाल्डा
they
ही
have
है ना भाई, मैं तो गलत नहीं लिख रहा ना बॉस। I mean, of course, I can be wrong as usual. Stupid boy. ये यही था ना, यहाँ पे ये रहा भाई, ऑटोनोमस, W autonomous. Of course, we cannot find Romo, whatever the name was, Romualda. Rombus था क्या? रोम्बुस तो नहीं था। And we lost. चलो फिर कोई नहीं।
have some of the
Let's
most
continue.
unique animal species known to man.
You said they have dinosaurs, right?
Okay, it's kind of like a hook to maintain audience retention. Species known to man.
You said
Not only is Papua hill and islandy. Yeah, quite an interesting setup, right, Bob Saget? Yes, it is. Not only is Papua heavily forested, but they have some of the most unique animal species known to man.
you said they have dinosaurs, right?
Okay, it's kind of like a hook to maintain audience retention. I'm not the only YouTuber that does it.
Ah, so you're lying for views.
I'm not lying. I'm just saying people have reported something that could or could not be true and needs more evidence.
Isn't it your job to report facts?
It's a fact that people have made reports, and it's your job to finish your last line in the dialogue that I wrote in this script. You did a good job. Good job, Brian.
Thanks.
Anywho, like Australia, Papua New Guinea is riddled with marsupials and monotremes like the tree kangaroo, the echidna, crash bandicoots, and the bronze quoll. If Papua New Guinea was highlighted by an animal type, though, it would have to be birds, and specifically the birds of paradise. And what are birds of paradise? Well, this is usually the
Remember, wherever there are birds as of now, there is concentration of dinosaurs or chances of dinosaur to be there, because birds and dinosaur were of the same species. And there are also chances that the dinosaur, as we look at them, are not the actual ones, because they had feathers. There are multiple proofs that all the dinosaurs had feathers. But yeah, of course, I feel there were types like mammal types and bird types and all that. But there are significant proofs that dinosaurs had mammals. The dinosaurs had feathers, and we only know dinosaurs through the remains of them. So might be a bit hard for us to judge, but I'm not sure. Like, this is something that I've watched.
the part where I take my triple shot espresso break and then Noah comes in, but the guy who introduced me to Noah at his wedding, Caleb,
I quit my job, so
is about to change.
in which males display exist, and all have tail rituals. The nation is rich in mineral P. Resource-wise, makes up about another quarter of their GDP. Common state semis about a quarter of their GDP. Resource-wise, extraction as well as a small petroleum industry makes up about a quarter of their GDP. Resource-wise, about 85% of the population lives off some kind of semi-subsistence farming and forestry,
Okay,
which
this
makes
is
up about
very
another quarter of
rich in that particular minerals and all that stuff. Of course, it is. Many mines, minerals, petroleum. Many तो नहीं है petroleum, but
of their GDP. Common staples include crops like taro, sweet potatoes, yams, and national favorite, sago, which is the spongy center of various palm stems scraped out and made in various forms like paste, pancakes, and rolled starch balls. Which brings us to food!
okay. Sweet potato, sago, something called sago. Center soft part of tree. Yeah, and like that is it. I guess. Yeah, I got
Food. As mentioned, most dishes will probably contain a staple root starch and meat, usually pork or fish, the two most common proteins. Some dishes that you guys, the Papua New Guinean geography suggested we mention include things like nangu,
Beautiful.
chicken pat, sak dumplings, kava, and the national dish, mumu. Alright, it was fun being Noah for a day, but now I have to go back to being the camera guy. What do I do now? Just say something about demographics?
Just stand there for like 2 seconds. Don't move.
Why?
Oh, we forgot to do a cheesy special. Never even contacted outsiders or seen a non-Papuan person. Breaking up the people groups of Papua New Guinea is incredibly difficult because most sources non-Papuan person. Only about 20% of the nation is urban. Many have never even contacted outsiders or seen a non-Papuan person. Breaking up the people groups of Papua New Guinea is incredibly difficult because most sources don't give specific percentages. I literally had to go to a website called the Joshua Project that listed the individual ethnic groups with estimated population numbers, and I had to do the math myself on this one. So if my
Only 20% is urban. My God. This is like this country genuinely surprised me, man. Like, oh my God, what is?
My calculations are correct. The country has a little under 9 million people and is the most linguistically diverse nation with over 850 languages and
850
ethnic groups.
languages and ethnic groups. Oh my God.
The vast majority of the country, at somewhere around 97%, are classified under the broader Papuan Melanesian Islander ethnic group, and within this 97%, the largest groups are detribalized peoples, mostly urban dwellers that have either distanced themselves from traditional tribal labels or have mixed tribal heritage at around 12.2%. Otherwise, the Enga and Akali are the largest group at about 3.4%, the Melpa at about 2.5%, the various Chimbu peoples together make up about 2.3%, and the Huli make up about 2.1%. The remainder of the Papuan Melanesians are a myriad of nearly 850 ethno-linguistic people.
My God. What is this country?
The
What
remainder
have
of the
you
Papuan
shown me, man?
Melanesians are a myriad of nearly 850 ethno-linguistic people groups and clans ranging
I
from
just
less than
taking
100 members
screenshot,
to
by the
over
way.
100,000 each. After that, non-Melanesian islanders like Micronesians and Polynesians make up about another 2%, whereas others like whites and Asians finish it off at about 1%. They use the kina as their currency, which was actually named after the kina shell, which they literally used as a national currency in the 1930s. They use the Type I plug outlet and they drive
Okay. Very interesting. Kina as national currency, also used to use Kina shell as currency earlier. Very interesting. This country genuinely surprised.
on the
man.
left
Like,
side
oh my
of the road.
God.
Now,
What
as
have I?
mentioned, the majority of people in
what am
Papua
I
New
even
Guinea,
looking
although
at?
culturally diverse, fall under the broader general Melanesian classification in terms of ethnicity. Melanesians are a vibrant islander people group known for their distinct customs and even physical features. Many of them, for example, some of the people in the Tolai tribe, actually carry the TYRP1 gene that gives them natural blonde hair. This makes Melanesians the only people group outside of European heritage that grow natural blonde hair. Essentially, these Melanesian people played an important role.
Okay, this is very interesting. I like just genetical terms. I know I'm writing a lot of things as of now. TYRP था ना? अरे hi Mohit. TYRP1 genetics. Only guys with blonde hair out of Europe. This is a very interesting country. Love it.
Role as like the originators of everything islander in the Pacific. Most Micronesians, Polynesians, and general Austronesians all have some kind of connection to the island of New Guinea, whether it's through ancestry or passing through. It was the launch pad that kind of kicked everything off. In any case, Papua New Guinea in itself has so many people groups that don't even speak the same language.
So how they like communicate and stuff?
Great question, Keith. The country has 3 official languages: English, Tokpisin, and Hirimotu. The one that most people use is Tokpisin, derived from the words talk and pidgin, as it is an English Creole language. It's really interesting because if you're an English speaker, just reading or hearing it, you might kind of pick it up. Actually, you know what? Here are some of you guys, the Papuan geography peeps, explaining.
Hi, my name is Kenny. Tokpisin is an English-based Creole. If I would say, hey, bata, you go away. So you can hear some of the English words. For example, I said bata, which is a short form of brata, meaning brother or dude. And you, same as the you in English. And go and where.
One phrase that I know is "minosave," meaning I don't know. One name belong you, meaning what's your name. Sounds similar to English, but it's not really English at all.
Thank you. Now, for culture, keeping it old school is definitely an understatement for Papua New Guinea. You might even see people wearing like traditional grass skirts and stuff at the airport. Because there are over 800 ethno-linguistic people groups in Papua New Guinea, it would take way too long to talk about all of them, but some generally well-known tribes and traditions can be highlighted, which will be explained by Random Hannah.
Without a doubt, Papua New Guinea can be considered one of the most colorfully traditional nations on Earth. And since there are so many
He's cute.
tribes, I think that I need some help. Let's bring in Ian! The Huli tribe of the Highlands
Oh man.
is probably
time.
the most well-known tourist interacting tribe. They are used to foreigners visiting them as they put on their colorful body paint and headdresses.
The Asaro tribe in the Eastern Highlands is also very
Pretty bad
interactive
time.
with tourists, known for having the Mudmen war dance that uses ashen body paint and sculpted monster masks traditionally used to scare off enemies.
The Korowai and Kombai tribes are known for living in tree houses, sometimes as high as 140 feet or 43 meters.
The Bai Ning people are famous for their fire dance, jumping over flames and walking on coals while wearing huge bird-imitating masks and flammable grass skirts to the beat of kundu drums.
The Biel people are known for making very elaborate red clay pots. And the women of the Oro tribe are known to have maze-like face tattoos.
The Abalam tribe have wide, circular-shaped masks resembling owls and yams.
Many
that
tribes like the
skinny
Anga
shells?
practice a form of mummification on their dead, done through a smoke curing process, and then
My
the bodies are
God.
left outside on display for the village.
Remember the Toraja people from the Indonesia episode? Yeah, it's like that, even though they're like 1,500 miles away.
The people of the Trobriand Islands have created their own version of cricket that fuses a performance known as the octopus dance.
The Min people groups have a very interesting caste system based on beliefs that have parallels to the Vedic system in ancient Hinduism.
Some Bougainville Islanders use bamboo pan flutes and wear huge bulbous headdresses as depicted on their flag.
Ian, you are no longer needed. Thank you so much for your help. Get back in your box. Woo! And after all that, that's not even scratching the surface. For what it's worth, though, it is said that 3 things mainly unite the Papua New Guineans: God, rugby, and Tokpisin. I'm gonna put Ian down now. The dominant religion most claim to adhere to in Papua New
Judge.
Guinea at
Yeah, I
somewhere
see-
around
we see- we
95%
saw a
is
lot of those.
Christianity. Traditionally, many of the people groups came from a background of Amnis and Papuan ritualists.
Recently, in the early 1990s, did this genre.
British people.
Only recently, in the early 1990s, did this dude, that guy, record and release an album highlighting tribal chants. One instrument that is quite universal. That's all I got.
Hey, we'll end with
my!
listening
The
some
history-
Papua New Guinea music.
And
man,
as
like,
we'll
beautiful.
we spoke Japanese as well. China has a love-hate relation, portion strong diplomacy. In terms
Okay,
of
okay, wait. Good.
really did quite
Good
a
part.
past, and things get interesting when you connect the dots. For one, as a Commonwealth country, they have always had ties to other former British colonial states in the area. For example, New Zealand helped facilitate the drama in the past, and many Papua New Guinean locals move and work in New Zealand. Japan actually did quite a bit of development in World War II, especially in the Sepik area, and today they help fund schools and infrastructure. Many tourists come in and see the sites of their
Okay, wait. All of this stuff needs to be written just for all the purposes. I think let's do a Commonwealth country. Good relation with New Zealand, Japan.
fallen ancestors. The first prime minister actually spoke Japanese as well. China has a love-hate relationship. Chinese merchants have been working on the island since before Europe.
Love hate China, usually with everyone. Love hate China.
European colonialism. Although a sizable portion of modern business is done with the Chinese, locals have expressed concern over the escalating power struggle and have even rioted against Chinese-owned businesses. Nonetheless, China is still a key player in their diplomacy. In terms of their best friends, however, most Papua New Guineans would probably say culturally all the other Melanesian nations, most especially the Solomon Islands and Vanuatu though. They speak similar pidgin languages, many people travel and marry people from these countries, they are also co-founders of the Melanesian Spearhead Group, and together these three nations get each other the most. Australia, on the other hand, is the closest in terms of pretty much everything else. As a former dependent territory, they've kept close even after independence. They are the biggest trading partner, investor, aid provider.
Okay, this is good. I'd say Australia is the third partner, a good advantage for the country overall. Australia, then after there was Solomon Islands, and what was the third one around it? I mean, getting into details will actually give us idea. क्योंकि कभी कभी अगर अपन गेम खेलेंगे तो अपने को पता होना चाहिए कि उसके आसपास के कंट्री कौन कौन से है ना. So it's always better to know the territory, I feel. Okay, New Caledonia. आज प्रद्युमन नहीं आया? नहीं ब्रो, आज प्रद्युमन नहीं आया. But yeah, I'm just exploring country. Yeah, Papua New Guinea
English
is
they
very
are taught
surprising,
even
bro. I
follows
mean,
the Australian accent.
my
The
God,
native
the things that I've
Aboriginal
learned today.
population are technically cousins of Papuans, and even though there was a brief halt with tension over the 2006 Julian Moti affair, they've moved on and enjoy a pint nonetheless over a rugby match. In conclusion, Papua New Guinea is a place of color, contrast, origins, yet mystery. When you come here, you have the clues, but never enough. Go ahead, find that dinosaur. Stay tuned, Paraguay is coming up next.
Nice. This was too good of a country, too good of a research. I mean, the things that I've learned today is very good, very good. I mean, can't even imagine. 2006 tension with Australia, but now all good. This is all of the stuff that I was able to extract from this country. But yeah, it was such an interesting country for me. Like, I mean, I've not explored something this rich. Let's also देख लेते हैं टाइम कितना हुआ. 57 minutes हो चुका है. Let's at least explore the politics of Papua New Guinea, and then after we'll take a leave. Papua New Guinea. Papua New Guinea, Northwestern Compass of New Guinea, the country's immense cultural, biological, economics. ठीक है. The major problems in Papua New Guinea: climate change, biodiversity loss, gender-based violence, internal stability issues, and future of political status of Bougainville is something very interesting to like look at. बाकी तो सब सही लग रहा था मेरे को overall. I don't think there were any dictators. Oh, the guy is powerful. Guy looks okay. I have seen this guy. So, oh, okay, that was the first Japanese speaking president, as mentioned earlier, after independence. Yeah. Oh yeah, okay. 77 में बोला है क्या? Nice. They're getting involved in UN, which might be beneficial for them, like strategic partnership also बन जाता. I don't think total कितने कब ये आजाद कब हुआ था? 3 है क्या? Papua New Guinea's constitutional monarchy, the head of state is designated as king, represented Papua New Guinea by Governor General. Currently, His Excellency Robert Day, the Governor General, elected directly. What still? No, it is yaar. Yeah, since still. My God, this I hate it. ठीक है चलो still a constitutional monarchy at the end of the day. So yeah, pretty disappointed by this. वॉर हुआ है क्या कोई? ये उसका देखना पड़ेगा ना, पापा न्यू गिनी। पापुआ कौन सा? ये तो पापुआ का कौन सा? इसका नहीं होगा, पापुआ न्यू गिनी का कौन सा? वर्ल्ड वॉर 2 में तो हाँ, जापान ने देखा था कि बहुत ज़्यादा डेवलपमेंट कर लिया था यहाँ पे, फिर उन्हीं से इन लोगों ने अंदर अंदर सिविल वॉर लड़ा। आई गेस जो वोगुन वैली है, ओके, दिस वोगुन वैली प्लांट इज एक्चुअली कमिंग फ्रॉम दिस और व्हाट? Bougainvillea, it's a very, very different thing, but yeah, I guess very similar names. Oh man, those guys look dangerous, huh? Not this guy, but look at this. Those guys look pissed off. Yeah, this is interesting. Overall, it was very interesting stuff to observe. You are what? अच्छा, वो इंडिपेंडेंस रेफरेंडम 2022 one, New Zealand people being bilateral. Okay, this guy is very interesting. I love it. Okay, anyways guys, बताओ मजा आया कि नहीं? It was wonderful for me. I think this was very surprising country. उतना मैंने सीखा है भाई आज, it was mind blowing. It was mind blowing. As a country, it is very new, developed, अच्छे से develop, वो दिख तो रहा है अच्छे से develop, and I feel future इसका अच्छा रहेगा because उनके पास minerals resources भी है, and they have strategic advantages also. If they capture it really well, I mean it could be very interesting for this country. But yeah, I see 2-3 people here. बस एक बार बस chat में लिख दो मजा आया कि नहीं, so that we can leave. But yeah, बस एक बार मेरे को लिख दो. Let's go. आराम से अगर आप लोगों ने नहीं देखी स्ट्रीम तो यू कैन गो बैक टू स्ट्रीम, वॉच, आराम से मज़ा आएगा आप लोगों को. एंड या, इट वाज फन फॉर मी एंड थैंक यू सो मच. लेट्स गो, बाय बाय.